Hey guys, today I want to show y'all how to put together a first aid kit for yourself. This can be for use in your house or it can be for use in your car. So let's get started. Now the first thing I want to do is I'm going to open this bag so that I can show you how it looks. I ordered this from Amazon. I've been collecting different things to build my first aid kit for quite some time now. So as you can see, it has a couple inside pockets. Let's get that flattened out. Oh, pull that up. So there we have it. That is what it looks like. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 inside pockets around, and then it has this really cool clear plastic pouch that's zippered for anything that you would need to see. It also has an outside zippered pocket with some little pockets there. This might be, that looks like pin holders, but you could use it for different things depending on what you put in your first aid kit. Another little clear pouch pocket there. So let's zip this back up, and then I'm going to open again because we're going to start adding our items that we have into the first aid kit. So here's how it will look when it is fully closed. There's a little dent there, but you have to straighten that out. It will once you put your stuff in it. A couple side pockets on each end. Okay. Now I'm just going to start pulling some things over and show you what I'm going to add to my first aid kit. And keep in mind, I do not take credit for all of this. I attended a workshop on building your own first aid kit, so some of this is ideas that I have borrowed from other people, while some are things I have decided to add myself. So the first thing is I have a pain relief ice pack. You never know in an emergency when you're going to need one of these ice packs. It's reusable. You put the ice down inside of that. Figure out how to get it off. Oh, maybe this has to come off. I wanted to leave my wrapping on a lot of it, but there we go. I think I bought this from the Dollar Tree. It was $1.25. Oh, there it is. It unscrews so that you can stick some ice down in there. If you have a pump knot or something that needs some ice on it, all you have to do is lay it on there, and the ice is not directly on your face. It's actually covered, protected by this little piece of fabric here. Okay, so I'm going to put that down in there. And I'm going to stick that down into my side pocket, and I may end up rearranging my contents once I'm finished so that I can see what I have in there. Okay, now next up I have some gauze pads. You never know when you're going to need gauze pads. There's 8 thick layers of cushioning. There's 25 pads in this. You might have a cut or an injury and you might need some gauze pads to stick on your cut or injury right quick. So that's going to go into our first aid kit. And this box is a little bigger, but that's okay. It'll take up a little more space. I'm going to put on that side. And I have some vinyl gloves. I probably will not put all of these vinyl gloves in there. What I'll do is I'll just open up this box, pull out a couple of these, and I may end up just getting a Ziploc bag and stick these down in there and put them into one of the side pockets. So let's see, I've got 4 of these. Let's do this. Let's put them right here down in this side so I can see that when I'm looking at it. I think I'll stick those there and then stick those to the side. And then next I have some rolled gauze. This is a dressing that you would wrap. Like if you have an injury with your arm or your leg, you can actually wrap it all the way around. And it's very flexible, lightweight, and breathable. And there's 10 rolls in there. Now I'm just sticking these in here for now But look, just those 2 boxes alone took up quite a bit of space. I may end up just coming back and adding a few of the rolls, not all, because they actually look like this. So that makes more sense to just take these out and add them individually and not use the whole box at a time. And I could also build 2 of these first aid kits and do the same thing with this, just divide these packs out. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to leave those laying out because I think that's a perfect idea. And then next up, you want to have some Band-Aids in your bag. This is for finger and knuckle Band-Aids. So get you some different types of Band-Aids. And I think I have different sizes. Let me look here. I know I have another box somewhere. I'll probably come across those here in just a bit. But anyway, you want to have different sizes of Band-Aids. You need a bigger size because these are just small for finger and knuckle. And you want to have some alcohol prep pads. These are for cleaning your wound. Okay, this is like an antiseptic that goes on the top layer of the skin if you have a cut or a wound. The alcohol will help disinfect that, so you want to have some alcohol pads before you use any of that other stuff. And here I have some topical Lidocaine. This is also for a wound, a cut. It says the temporary relief of itching, discomfort associated with inflammation. So this is kind of like a medical topical, the Lidocaine. You want to have some of that. And then here's another one of these. This is a self-adherent wrap. This sticks to itself so that you don't have to add an extra piece of wound tape to it. There's 1 roll in here. And I thought that would be very important to have in my first aid kit in case I ever needed it. Next up, I have a bottle of alcohol, and I've ordered all of this stuff on Amazon, so I'm going to put the links down below in the description box. But I wanted a 99% alcohol because most of the alcohol that you buy, I know, especially if you go into Walmart or the Dollar Tree, it's not 99%, it's like 75%. So I wanted it a little bit stronger for my first aid kit in particular. Okay, so you have that. I've just got a lot of different stuff in here that I'm going to show you. Okay, something else I pulled out is this horse gauze. This is really good to keep in your kit, especially if you have horses, even other animals like cattle. Sometimes your animals will get wounds and you need to have supplies materials on hand for them as well. And this is just a thicker type gauze. Let's see that there. Thicker than what you would use on humans, it feels like. And I don't know if this is self-sticking or not. It doesn't actually say, the box is just clear, but I'll have to look that up later. And then I have, this is called Quick Clot. And the Quick Clot is to stop bleeding really quickly. So you can put a little bit of this on there, and I got a smaller pack just to have on hand. But if you probably need to have more if you're going to use which you will use your first aid kit at times. But just imagine we had a major catastrophe, something in the world went crazy, and you don't have access to get to a hospital quickly, then these are things you can use at home. This is proven by the military, so it's the same thing they use. And it says that you place a gauze on a wound, apply pressure, continue applying pressure for 3 minutes or until the bleeding stops. So it looks like after about 3 minutes, the bleeding will stop. Now, I don't know how heavy a bleed this will stop because I have never used it. But again, this is just something really neat and useful to put in your emergency first aid kit. Okay. Now I'm getting down to some more detailed things. Now, here I have a disposable skin stapler. And I know you probably think that is the grossest thing ever. I would never use that. In an event where you can't get to a hospital, you're probably going to be panicked. Somebody might need their skin stapled. They might have a bleed. I also have a staple remover that I have bought. In an event that you need this, you know, you need to think about this stuff. If I have a deep cut that needs something done to it quickly before I can get to a hospital or before someone can get to me, you know, you can do it yourself. Stick that in your first aid kit. Another thing is I have some medical scissors to cut things with. You can use dental floss to sew the skin up. I know that sounds gross, but I did remember hearing about that in the class, the first aid class that I took. I think it was last year maybe. So you never know when you need to sew up your skin or someone else's, or maybe even your animals. I also have some oregano, and this comes in a bottle with a little dropper. Oregano is an herb, and it's good for so many different things, especially to do with your skin. It might help a wound, it might help a cut, a bite, some kind of a bite, maybe a poisonous bite or something that you might have. But I have a sheet that I will go into more in depth later in the video, and I will actually read off what that is actually good for so we'll know. So the next thing I'm going to add to my kit, some storm-proof matches. These are waterproof. They are windproof. This is a box of 25, and on here it says this is the actual size, so you can see it's about almost as long as my finger there. You never know when you need these matches to build a fire. You can learn to build your own fire, however, just like you're out in the woods and you're camping and you learn how to do all those types of skills. But these are really handy if you don't know how to do that, or you don't have access to some other something to build a fire with. And I suggest also adding in lighters. I do buy extra lighters. I pick up a few here and there when I go to the store. And I'm going to add those into my kit as well. Okay, something else I did not mention yet is some super glue. This is really fast for putting on your skin. If you have a cut, you can pull it together, apply some super glue, and that'll give you a temporary fix until you can get some other dressing or something on it. So super glue is really, really handy for that purpose. I also have some bag balm, and bag balm is super good for your skin. It's moisturizing, it softens your skin. However, it says it's good for cracked, split, hands, feet, elbows, knees, cuticles, lips, face. It's really good for that. It's been around since 1899, and this is called the Farmer's Friend because it is such a good product that many people who work on farms would use. So I'm going to add this to my first aid kit as well, just in case I need it. You never know. Just try to be creative and think outside the box. Think up different scenarios in your head, like, what if this event happened? What if I'm deep into the woods, far, far away from anyone or a hospital, and I have a cut? Again, who's going to be carrying around a first aid kit if they're deep into the woods? However, if you know where this is and if you keep it with you, like I said, you could put it in your car, you could carry it around in your car, you could have it at your house. You just never know. It's good to try to keep it in a handy place, take it with you when you're going somewhere, like on a trip or whatever, to have in the event you need it. But a lot of these supplies are going to help you if you need them. Let's see what else I have. These are some homeopathic medicines. This was a sample given to me at a different class that I was in. This is a little first aid pack of gel called calendula. Calendula is most people think of the cute little pretty flower with different colors. It's a plant powered relief. It soothes, moisturizes, protects, and heals. And you can put a little bit of this on your skin, the affected area. It's good for scrapes, chafing, minor burns, and sunburn. So that is a healing flower. And then for flu-like symptoms, I have this. I don't really know how to pronounce this, but this is a homeopathic pellet remedy. It's a homeopathic medicine. It's for body aches, headache, fever, chills, and fatigue. I do these pellets. I use things for like headaches. I use the one for nerve pain. I've also used the one for some little skin tags that I have. I've been trying to get rid of them. But this is really good to have on hand in case you need it. And there's a little booklet here that came with this sample packet that just describes the different types of homeopathic remedies. So you might want to check into that. This specific company is Boiron. And there's many different companies out there that you can look into to get things from, but that is one of them. And I have used things from there, and I feel like, yes, they do work, they do help, compared to if you can't get to a hospital and get an actual medication. Okay, let's see. I have next up some ointments, some salves, and these are handmade products that I have purchased from some of my friends that I have a class with once a month. And the people in my class are very talented, so I learn a lot of this stuff from them. This one is antibiotic salve, and I wanted to put that in there. It says use like Neosporin, and it has yarrow, bergamot, comfrey oil, beeswax, vitamin C, tea tree oil, lavender oil, and lemon. So you can use this like Neosporin, or you could also just put you a tube of Neosporin in there. I mean, it's up to you, whatever you want to put in your first aid kit. I wanted to do that because it was more natural. Had some good herbs in there. And this one is for cuts and scrapes. It's a cuts and scrapes salve. It doesn't have a particular name. I've used this before, and it does work. I've also used a bug bite one. And do I have? Yes, I have that one. This one is called Bug Be Gone. This is super for bug bites, and it has lemon balm, lemongrass, catnip, and mint infused oil with a citronella essential oil, and it has the pure beeswax. So these are made using beeswax, and it smells. You can smell that lemon in there. It smells really good. So have one for bug bites. Have one for cuts and scrapes. This one is for poison ivy. If you get poison ivy on you, this will take care of that. This is called poison plant salve. And again, I will not have a link for these. I know someone who makes these personally. You might want to find a resource in your community. You can do a Google search, look online at some of the social media areas, and you might be able to find someone in your area who makes things like this. Okay, and I'm just going to try to sort some of this stuff here. I may just have to lay some of that down in there on the top and then try to sort through it later. I think I'll do that, but scissors I might put up there. And okay, the next thing I want to show you is really, really cool. This is called a Lifestraw straw. This came from Amazon. And I'm going to tell you what this is. It is a straw. I'm not going to open it, but if you go on Amazon and look this up, if you'll click my link below, I'll have a link. It will show you a picture. Actually, right here is a picture of how it looks. And notice this guy is drinking from what looks like a river, lake, pond. I don't know, but that water looks filthy. Now, what this Lifestraw does is it's a personal water filter. I think it's the coolest thing ever. It says that it removes 99.999% of bacteria such as E. coli. It moves protozoa from the water. And this one tube will filter up to 1,000 gallons. And it meets the U.S. EPA drinking water standards also. So what you do, it's like a straw, but it's a big straw. And you drink through it. Just like this right here. I hope you can see that. This guy is doing. And as you drink through that straw you could drink from a swamp, and it will filter your water. And it makes your water clean. And I have 2 of these. I'm going to order some more because I think these will be real handy in the event I needed water. Couldn't find a clean water source. If I could find a creek, a mud hole even, anything like that, it will filter my water. And let's see. Oh, another thing I ordered, this is the most recent thing that I ordered. This is from another one of those homeopathic medical websites. And this one is called Dr. King's. And I learned about this in a more recent workshop. And what this is, it's for temporary relief of congestion, sneezing, itchy water eyes. And this is a mouth spray. It doesn't go in your nose. I also have a nose spray too, and I'll go grab that real quick in just a minute and show you that. But this is really good for allergies specific to your area. So if you go on to the Dr. King's website, you can pick and choose from where you live. This one is for the southern U.S. since I live in the south, and really good for your allergies. Okay, some other things that I thought of. Oh, well, first let me show you this nasal spray. I've been using this for, I don't know, a year and a half now, and I ordered it from Amazon. You probably get it from other areas, but it is Triguard Plus. It's a nasal spray, and it's a natural nasal spray. I don't like using nasal sprays that are prescription. And this has, I know it has colloidal silver. It has olive leaf extract. It is processed with low heat. European black elderberry fruit. Vegetables. But it is a more natural nasal spray. So I'll put that up there so you can see it. And I'll link that in the box. But usually, you can do it a couple times a day. I just use it once. I know right now, with COVID going back up, this is handy to have. So I usually do a squirt in each nostril. If I know I'm going to be around a lot of people, I have a second job, and I work in the public, and the office will be opening soon there. So I will do a couple of squirts of this before I leave in the morning, and then when I come home in the evening, I'll do that again. And I did not get sick at all the time in the whole year and a half that I've been using this. So that's real handy to have. And if you are okay with using over-the-counter meds, I have those. You can put those in your kit. You might need an anti-diarrheal tablet. You might need, if you eat something that irritates your stomach, you might need your gas relief. You might need some Benadryl. Whoops, didn't mean to throw it at you. You might need something for allergies. So if you're okay with using over-the-counter stuff, I know some people are not. They'd rather be more on the line of homeopathic. I prefer homeopathic medicines, but I will use these from time to time if I have to. I try not to use them a lot, but you just never know when you're going to need those type of things, and you need easy, fast access to them. Okay, I have my bag here. Try to get this where I don't dump it. You can see how I have stuck my stuff down in there. I have a lot of things down in my pockets. I've got my ointments down in that side pocket. I have room for more items. So I can add more items, and I will probably do that as I get things to add to it. But for now, just gonna stick that in there, and so that I can zip it up. My stapler in there. Very important. My Lifestraws. So, there we go. Now, you will have yourself a nice, neat, handy dandy little first aid kit should you need this really quick and you can't get help anywhere.